can be you. Be you. Guess what? You know what you are?
You are enough.
You are
guys.
enough.
If they told you they were like in therapy, would that be like a red flag for you? Regular people trying to keep up with the Joneses when the Joneses aren't even the Joneses, they the Johnsons. So it's like, oh my God, is that hereditary? Says everybody I've ever had sex with. Because sometimes you just need a good fucking cry.
Yeah. A lot of these NFL, NBA players is getting sucked by other men.
That's where I draw the line. Okay. But then as soon as they get out the car, you're like, I want to scream from the chandeliers. Drinking my problems away while I'm talking about this shit.
Shut the fuck up. Wipe your fucking face. What the fuck you crying because there's so many fucking sheep.
Some of these mothers are trying to make their kids their boyfriends or husbands. Like, oh, is you cool?
Is you cool?
Do you need that? What happens in this house stays in this house. You know, talk about, you know, but it's like, well, it's a lot of up shit that's going on in this house. What's going on, guys and gals? It's your boy Guy, and today I have a very special guest, Gabby.
Hey guys, I'm back. He invited me back, guys.
I'm so excited. It's his part two. I'm telling y'all.
Let's get into mental health, because mental health is a big deal.
It's extremely important. I'm excited that you know, coming on to talk to me about this, just because you're somebody who I pour into often and express, you know, what's going on with me. You know, prior to diving into the topic, I did want to just state some, you know, facts from the CDC about men's health. It says that men die by suicide 4 times more than women. Men make up over 75% of suicide deaths in the US, and that also Black men are more likely to have generational trauma as well as being misdiagnosed by doctors. So I just wanted to state that. Kind of going into it. You know, a lot of people really don't get how much trauma and just being a Black man in America is just like
how fucking stressful it is.
Yeah,
it's hard. Your Black experience is gonna be very much different than anybody else's experience.
Absolutely. And then, you know, for me, being somebody who has been in almost 3 robberies, 2.5. Had a cop put a gun in my face, tell me he was going to blow my effing head off. And yeah, that's traumatic. That affects you. That is something that sticks with you. And yeah, so I just kind of wanted to dive into that today. And especially with it being this month, just because I feel like we don't talk as much about Black men and creating that space, because also, as you know, that was something that kind of steered some people away from like the Democratic Party, because they started saying like they felt like, sorry y'all, I'm kind of winded.
It's okay.
I mean, I've been moving shit, y'all. I've been doing all kinds of shit. I'm over here like, whew, I'm trying to catch my breath at the same time. God damn. I'm just saying, y'all, I'm being as real as I can be.
Let's be real. You are in a safe space.
But
no judge zone.
We listen and we don't judge.
Not even a little.
No, but yeah, with the last election, you know, an issue that a lot of men had was that, you know, a lot of the platform for the Democrats was heavily women focused. And I think that was an issue why some people couldn't get over the fact that I can't see me having a drink with Kamala, or, you know, voting for a woman, or whatever the case may be. And Trump utilized like podcasts and went into those spaces that a lot of men, especially young men, tend to watch, with like the you know, because now you have people like Kai Cenat, or like the Aiden Ross, or, you know, the DDGs and the Shannon Sharps. Like there's a lot of podcasts that, you know, men tend to watch. Or
Joe Rogan,
what is it, like Barstools or something like that?
Oh yeah, where LeBron and all them be.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, there's a lot of them that's out there now, and you know, they talk a lot about men, but you on like larger platforms, you really don't hear it as much. So I thought that it would be cool to dive into that. So what do you think of men crying?
I see nothing wrong with men crying. Actually, that make me cry. Like I think it's healthy to cry. So sometimes I will watch YouTube videos, and a lot of those videos, it might be somebody breaking down. Usually it's a man. So whether it is like at a funeral, it's kind of dark. But like when people get past,
she like, I want to see him cry.
No, like when people
who died, I want to know.
Like when people get passed over the bum 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 bum, like the flag. You know what I was doing, though, right? Yeah, but yeah, when they get that, I done seen somebody choke up in real life from that too.
Mm-hmm.
But just seeing that the emotion, because all too often y'all hold that in, y'all hold that shit in. So when it finally come up, it's like, oh shit, that hit you. Or like the videos where stepdads are surprised
I know.
by hearing they
Taking their last
stepkid
name.
last name. Yeah, at the graduation
I watch
cheesing.
them too.
Yeah, just cheesing and watch, and then all of a sudden they hear their name, they just like, it's just
Oh
like,
my god.
and they deserve that though. They deserve that
Absolutely.
because who said you step?
And see, that's the crazy part, because like with my channel too, I do a lot of reaction videos and I watch a lot of reaction videos because I am somebody who loves seeing reactions. I like,
Emotions.
one of my love languages is gift giving, because I like to see people happy. I like to see people like show emotion. Like when somebody's like emotionless, it's like red flag, red flag. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you have sex with somebody and they not moaning or making noise or anything like
Yeah,
that. It's
'cause
like,
why
what
is
in the
we
dead
here?
fish is going on? What are we doing here?
Is
I
you
want
into
to
it
I
or
want to hear
not?
some noises.
I'm just saying, is it good or not?
I'm just saying. But
Oh no, but the other one I like too is like, say when a vet come home
mm-hmm,
and like the dad don't know,
mm-hmm,
and they just get surprised, and it's just like they get so choked up. You know, we expect the mom to be excited to see the vet
mm-hmm.
that they ain't seen in a couple years. But when the dad do it, it's just like they break down like, oh my god, I miss you, son. You know, like I don't know, I love it.
No, for sure. Or even like the army ones. Like there's a
I mean,
lot
that's
of
what I
them.
meant when I said vet. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just like, all right, we're crying going to the veterinarian.
No,
I
vet,
know.
like a veteran.
Hmm.
I meant the army ones when they come
I
home
don't
from
know
the
the
army.
last time I cried taking my dog to the vet.
No, but that's another one too.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
I
if
done
the
seen
animal's
those
like
videos.
harmed.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
ain't even gonna. Yeah, up close, I saw somebody crying.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah,
know. I know.
yeah.
I love
So
you.
yeah,
Oh. So
I
like,
don't have a problem with men crying though. I think it's a beautiful thing, and I welcome it. I don't think that makes you any less of a man. If anything, that make you more of a man. That you can
yeah.
show that you do have emotion, because we have emotions. We could be happy, we could be sad, we could be excited. Why can't you be sad enough to where it make you cry?
Did you see my note cards before?
We're
I'm
like the
just
same
saying. I'm like,
person.
here, take the cards, guys. You know what I'm
We're
saying?
like the same person.
No, but that was kind of what I was going to ask, is like, why do you think it is in society that men are only allowed to express like anger or lust? Like we either want to be punching somebody or we want to be fucking somebody. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta say fucking so hard.
I'm just saying, like,
Fucking somebody.
why are those the
Only ones that's expected or
Yeah,
acceptable.
absolutely.
The emotions. I don't know why that's the case, but I just feel like everybody follow everybody else's lead.
Mm-hmm.
So if
And it's crazy.
if she judging him for that and she judging him for that, then I should probably also judge him for that.
Mm-hmm.
How about we be ourselves?
Mm-hmm. And then the other layer is, now that men see that the women are judging him for this, now they're like, oh, I can't do that either because she judging him for it, so it can't be cool for me to do either. It's kind of like monkey see, monkey do kind of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, be your own person. Like I honestly, like you said, I feel like as a man, I feel like you're stronger if you're able to show emotion, whether it's empathy for a person. If you
Yeah.
see somebody and it's just like you feel bad for them or something like that, it ain't always got to be like, them. What? I don't feel bad for nobody.
Yeah.
What? That ain't sure.
I had to struggle too.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a part
It's
of
like,
the struggle.
no,
That's a part of it.
no.
Build character.
We got to end all that generational trauma that people feel like the next generation, like it becomes cyclical. Like
Even
no.
like therapy. Like in the black community,
It's a stigma.
you don't need therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy, what's that?
Yeah.
No, y'all need to go sit and talk to somebody and get this off the table. Somebody that's unbiased to your situation.
Absolutely. Because then it's kind of like, what happens in this house stays in this house.
It's a
You don't
lot of
talk
that.
about, but it's like, well, it's a lot of fucked up shit that's going on in this house.
And we might need to air this shit out.
I'm just saying, not my own personal house, but I'm just talking about in general. But that is something that I think that a hurdle that we have to get over, because this is why you do see so many cases or like men ended up in jail because of that. And whether it's
They fucking angry.
internalized,
They fucking angry.
you have a lot of internalized emotions. It's stuff that you can't
At 3
show.
years old, I've been told, get the fuck up.
Yeah.
Get up. Wipe yourself off. It hurt it.
I'm telling you, when I tell you, it's been
It hurt it when
so
I
many
hit my knee.
times. And that's the thing. Like, I was going to say that I love the fact that with Jordan, my nephew,
It's my baby.
um,
I love him.
with
I love you,
Jordan,
Jordan.
I love that you allow him to be him,
Yeah.
that you have, conversations with him so he doesn't feel weird about anything. He doesn't feel hesitant to come to you or discuss whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's not afraid to show emotions. He's a tough kid, through and through. But it's like, I have that comfort in my parent where I don't have to internalize it or build it up to a rage to then finally crash out. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And oftentimes that's what I see with like a lot of men, especially young black men. And that's why now I'm just like all these YNs and what is it, aliens and all that kind of shit. Like,
It's all the years of shut the fuck up. Wipe your fucking face.
yeah.
What the fuck you crying
Yeah,
for?
what you crying for?
It's all of
I
that.
just got punched in the face.
Like motherfucker, it hurt.
Do you not see the scrapes across my face? It's like I'm scraped up.
And I think that is allowed. That's acceptable. There's nothing wrong with it.
And it should and that's
And I would love for that to end. I would love for men to feel comfortable enough to be them true selves. They be their true selves.
because I'm telling you, like I remember being younger and then everything would just be soft. That used to be the word. That's soft.
Yeah.
Or that's girly. Like the fact that even I remember I'll just be standing there and then sometimes your hand might lean. Man, is you a girl?
Yeah.
Why your wrist bent?
Yeah.
It's like I was just standing here.
I don't even know nothing
My hands got
about.
tired. I wasn't even thinking about
Why
it.
you putting that on me?
It's just like
You didn't even have a chance.
relax. Why your clothes so tight? That's just what I wanted to wear.
I just
I
like
don't
how
know.
it fit.
I didn't know that made me any less of a man or anything. But that's the thing. What should my clothes be swallowing me 40 times for what 40x? No.
Yeah.
Like I hate that for us, honestly, but it's so prevalent, especially like, in the black community. I know that other cultures are like, big on that and like tough, but I feel like in like the black community, it's like,
Oh, for sure.
you can't be weak. And even looking at like the pressure I feel that sometimes with single mothers, I feel like it can happen in whether it's a regular
Two family,
household, yeah, two family household. But I feel like with single mothers, some of these mothers are trying to make their kids their boyfriends or husbands, or trying to tell them like, it's like, yeah, I understand that you want to teach them to be a man and you're trying your best, you know what I mean, especially if the father's not in the life, but at the same time these kids, they have to be kids too, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
again, they're gonna cry, they're gonna get hurt, their feelings are gonna, they're gonna go through the life cycles that you had to go through.
Yeah.
And you being a person who have lived the experiences should understand that, as opposed to judging them or trying to belittle them or have them internalize that stuff to now they go to school and want to bash somebody in the face
Yeah.
or bully somebody for something that you put inside of them.
Yeah, because this is what I've been taught for this many years.
And that's the thing, like a lot of this stuff is like learned behaviors. Like these kids aren't just coming out the womb being hateful and wanting to be bullies and mean and stuff. This is shit that they've seen or interactions that they had with like cousins or friends, whatever the case may be. So when it comes to like dating men, if they told you they were like in therapy, would that be like a red flag for you? Like what would your thoughts be? Because I feel like I wouldn't have an issue with it. I think that would be nice, but I think,
You want to know what for?
well, what the fuck wrong with you? That would pop up in my head. So I think that's kind of why it's a stigma, just because it is like, well, what's wrong with you? What you got going on? But at the same time, it does show that you're trying to do something about the issues that you have, which I would respect. So I don't think it would turn me off from a person, but it would make me like, inquiring minds want to know.
But you know what? I wouldn't even see it. Honestly, I would not see it as a red flag, because it's kind of like a mental workout. So when somebody goes to the gym, you're not like, why the fuck you in the gym? You just figuring they want to work on their outside appearance. So I feel like for you to go to a therapist, you getting what's on the brain. You working that out, working through that, because you might not fully understand. So getting that input from somebody that went to school for this, to see like, am I crazy for thinking this way? So I don't necessarily feel like it's a red flag. I feel like it's a good thing that you do go speak with a therapist so that you can work on areas that you might not understand. Like, damn, for real, that's why I do that, because when I was 5, or, you know what I mean? So I just,
And
yeah,
it's funny that you said it, because like I've found that as I've gotten older, I do a lot of self reflection,
a lot,
and
a lot.
I like, I'm telling you, I have aha moments, and I'll call Gabby like, I know why I'm like this. This is what happens. Like, I'm not in therapy. I'm open to going to therapy, just because I do have like a lot of thoughts, and my mind's racing like 24 hours a day, and like I said, you internalize so much, and then you have to wonder, like, why do I do this? Why do I do that? And I'm in that like era of my life where I'm just trying to figure that out. And I have like epiphanies all the time. And I think it's very important, because it starts to make sense. And a lot of it is rooted to like, childhood trauma, or just trauma in
It's
general
the
that you've
just
experienced in
the
life.
experiences. Because just real quick, I know this is kind of off topic, but like yesterday we was having a conversation about how we are literally yin and yang. I took Jordan to Minnesota last year for playoffs.
Crazy.
So first off, it's just me and my son, and it's only for the day to go to the game. The crazy part is after the game, I said, "Hey son, you see these bikes? Let's go ride them." I ain't never been in Minnesota before, but me and my son after the game is riding downtown Minnesota back to our hotel, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. I haven't had those same experiences that he's had, to where it's like that's dangerous. I don't see danger. I just see I'm having a good time. I'm minding my business. My son happy. I'm happy. This is something cool to do. Meanwhile,
I'm over here, and I'm just like, now, do I want to ride around in this neighborhood? I've been robbed before, and it's like,
yeah,
I don't know this neighborhood. Okay, it's late at night. I don't like riding around places. I don't sit in cars at night. I was talking to Barry about that. I'm just like, I don't sit in cars, just because I don't want to. I don't like to put myself in situations where it's a possibility I could be robbed, or somebody can try to like get me, because again, I've been robbed. So now that's stuck in my brain. Or even like dealing with police, the fact that I had a police officer put a gun in my face and say, I'll blow your fucking head off. So for me, when I'm with the police, I am kind of, or if I see a police car, I am kind of anxious. And people don't realize, especially men, like, that ties into mental health, because
yeah,
I do get anxious.
yeah,
There are times I've been depressed when I was younger, like especially like through my late teens. I've dealt with a lot of depression, where you're trying to figure yourself out, figure out what you want to do with your life. There are a lot of stressors that we have to deal with as men, and then especially growing up, and when you are trying to find yourself, and when you have society telling you what you should and shouldn't be, when you have your family telling you what you should and shouldn't
yeah.
be, your
What is and
friends.
ain't acceptable.
Yeah, and it's like you then are forced to be in this box of emotionlessness, and until the point in which you
Yeah,
explode,
you
and
ready to
then
go off.
yeah, or you have like nights where you finally just blow up, and you're like, I just wonder how many men cry themselves to sleep sometimes, you know what I mean, that nobody even know, like the strongest people. And they're probably dealing with so much self-hate,
Or even comparison with this whole social media shit. A lot
terrible.
of people get on there and they think that's really how people live. Now, I'm not saying some of these people not really living these lifestyles, but I feel like a lot of the times they only posting the good stuff. So other people like comparing themselves, or even whether you still, well, not whether you still. I was gonna say like Facebook. Every now and again, I get on there and I see people
Yeah.
like from like like high school or college. You know what I mean? Them more so the ones that's on my Facebook stuff. And you just be like, dang, so you done got married too? Because I mean, it happened to all of us. I mean, I might look, not even that I ever wanted to get married, but you might look like, damn, so y'all still together? So I just feel like anybody can start comparing themselves, like, damn, that's how far along you are. How did I go so wrong? You know what I mean? Or what's wrong with me? So you like steadily picking yourself apart.
You know what, that is one of the biggest things, and that's funny because me and Barry was talking about that too.
Oh, what's that?
That's my barber, y'all. But
He the coldest. That's Jordan's barber
coldest in the
too.
city. Shout out to Barry.
And Grams.
Yeah. He cut all our hairs. But
Be nice.
we were talking about how social media is like the downside of it is like all these people, even like celebrities. We were talking about how Chad Ochocinco was talking about he wears fake chains or rented chains, but you wouldn't think that they are fake because he's a celebrity. And that's what I was saying. I'm like, half of the stuff that these celebrities have are rented. It's costume jewelry or it's rented.
Yeah.
But then you have regular people trying to keep up with the Joneses when the Joneses aren't even the Joneses, they the Johnsons. So it's like, come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, and then this is kind of like a side note thing, but it's like, even when I think about when black men rob other black men, it's just kind of like, y'all, what? I don't understand. You literally robbing your neighbor half of the time. Y'all fighting over a block that don't belong to you. And then on top of it, he ain't got shit because he live in your same neighborhood and you trying to take from him and he ain't got shit. It's just like, y'all, I hate the crab in a bucket mentality, but again, it goes back to that generational trauma and that, I don't know. I don't know what the mentality is, but it's something that we just truly need to break to make some type of change.
Yeah, and be happy for everybody to win. How about everybody win?
And really, it's like, we're not in competition. Like, and that's something about me, because I do know that people in general, especially black people, like, I'm very big on complimenting black people. Like, I will, if I see if a man smells good or something, I'm like, hey, that's a nice cologne. I might ask what it is, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll be like, oh, nice kicks. Or if it's a girl, I'm like, oh, you look pretty. Or, you know what I'm saying? I like your hair, or whatever the case may be, because we get torn down so much by society is that if I could do my little part,
I'm trying
to build you up, then I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
So
something we got in common as far as trying to build people up. More, but on my end, it's more so like, okay, I see you dressed. Okay, hair. Like, and they know, like, the girl will turn around like, oh, my hair, like, yes, girl, that is so cute, so.
Like, as a child, are there any like emotions, like one in particular that you can say, like, you remember that you were like told to hide, or you were kind of like forced to suppress, if there is any
emotions? No, I feel like I was allowed to cry. I don't feel like nobody told me not to cry. I feel like people like to see me happy and joyful. Even when I got angry, I don't feel like it was like, why you mad? I honestly can't think off the top of my head.
Oh no, you cool. No, because I'm telling you, there are like
so like for you. Let me ask the question for you. Let me see the card. Let me see the card like I'm reading it.
Go ahead.
As a child, I'll just say, now, were there any emotions that you felt that you had to suppress?
Like I was saying, as far as like, holding the arm, the hand down, or I've been told, that my clothes was too fitted at one point, and that's when everybody was wearing. Look at me. That's when everybody was wearing it. No, but like fitted jeans was in, or skinny jeans was in, and like more fitted shirts. And I remember,
like the polos, the tight polos.
Yeah, the polos, or even like the V-necks at one point.
The one time.
I know I did have a U-neck, y'all. The shirt was stretched. It was sweaty and stretched. I went in on them. She was like, "What's that, a U-neck?" I'm like, "Yeah, it ain't a B no more." But yeah, I do remember, even like when I didn't used to want to get in the swimming pool, and the water would be cold, and then all the rest of my cousins, my male cousins, would get in the water, and the girls would be in, and everybody be looking at me like, why you ain't getting in the water? What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And it would make me feel some type of way, just because it's like, well, shit, I'm fucking cold.
Yeah, or how about, why is that an issue? The idea.
Why is that an issue? And I hate that.
Why is my problem become your problem? This is a problem that I have with me. Why are you trying to force me to do something? That's just like with roller coasters. That would be no different.
I remember that too. I remember I used to hate that shit when we used to go to like Six Flags. It would be me, you, Cachet, and Daddy, and then Mama would come sometimes. And I remember when it would just be me, you, and Daddy and Cachet, and then Daddy would be like, "No, come on, you getting on the ride? Your sister's getting on." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't hate heights. This is a real fear." You know what I mean? It's just like,
you're forcing me.
You're forcing me. I don't like roller coasters, but it's like I was forced to get on, and so I'm going through the trauma of riding this ride I don't want to ride. And I mean, I don't have kids, but I just know I've worked in schools, and I just wouldn't, because for me, it's kind of like your kid kind of knows. I do think there's a balance that you have to do as a parent to try to steer your kids away from their fears.
Yeah.
But not to the point that it becomes traumatic.
Yeah.
Like if your kid is like scared of water, don't throw them in a pool. You know what I'm saying? I've seen videos of people do shit like that, and it's like that just,
escalated.
You know what I mean?
It's feeling of how much they can't stand or how fearful they are of that. That's
Yeah.
even more traumatic than it was before you threw me in there.
Absolutely. And then, kind of jumping back to the homophobia in the black community too, and everything is sus, or you feeling like you got to say no homo or no diddy, to something.
Pause back in the day.
Pause, all of those things. What is it about that? Where do you think that like stems from, that, men can't go to brunch, men can't cry, men can't smoke hookahs, men can't celebrate their birthdays or X, Y, and Z just because. Why?
I just recently seen a video. I sent you. It was a video, and this lady had said something about if your homeboy driving and you fall asleep in the front seat, is that sus? So we kind of just we were just kicking it. Maybe that's the what you call it driver. What's it called?
The sober driver,
That's
like
yeah, the sober driver and
the designated driver.
Yeah. There we go.
Ding ding family feud.
So yeah, he the designated driver, and it's not okay for me to fall asleep. What's the problem with me falling asleep? Why did that make me gay? Because I'm fucked up. Maybe I got alcohol poisoning. Maybe I'm tired as fuck. Maybe I just want to go to sleep. What do that got to do with my preference and who I want to fuck?
I'm telling you, I seen, and it's so crazy because it's like
You can't do shit.
you can't do anything, and that also I feel like reinforces that trauma, reinforces that
Yes.
insecurity as a man, because you not sure what you can or can't do, and you have to be so robotic and be in this
No.
box of society where you can't even laugh. What you laughing for? Men don't laugh.
Yeah.
Like,
What you mean you want to celebrate your birthday?
what?
Motherfucker,
Girls
you happy,
do that.
You happy just like me. It's another year.
I'm just happy to be alive. It's just like, what? Why?
I think what it is again is people seeing other people react a certain way. Since they said y'all shouldn't be doing it, I think y'all shouldn't do it either because there's so many fucking sheep, and that's my problem.
Sheeples.
Sheeples.
And sheeple. It's just like,
so
it's
all the
annoying.
sheeple. This is why it's so many lists, because that same video I was talking about, it'll show somebody in their notes adding to the list of things not to do, and it's just like, okay, so now let me make sure when I go out, I gotta make sure I stand this way and walk this way and talk that way, and it's just like, fucking be you, be you. Guess what? You know what you are.
You are enough.
You are
guys.
enough.
You are enough. Hold on.
You are a fucking enough the way you are. And
You're
if
enough.
you like to do what you like to do, you like to do it.
And that's the
And it
thing.
ain't nobody else fucking business.
Because even when, for example, like when kids want to play ballet or play the piano or play something outside
Like
of
artsy.
and
Yeah.
it's not like sports, it's like, what? You're not a real man. Real men do this. Real men don't. But meanwhile, a lot of these athletes have done ballet because it makes you more nimble, it makes you more flexible and be able to get in these moves and not, get injured as easily because your body's doing, what I'm saying, more flexible
Tasks.
shit.
But you know-
yeah, family feud.
No. But it's so funny. I was gonna go the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
So what you saying? Meanwhile, the NFL players have done this in the past to better themselves in this field. I was gonna say, meanwhile, a lot of these NFL, NBA players is getting sucked and fucked by other men. That was the avenue I thought we.
How did we get here?
That was the avenue I thought we was going on. Because the point is, to the world, I'm a manly man. Meanwhile, I'm gonna hit him up because I want to suck his dick later. I just feel like that's the reality. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel
I
like
don't know how we got here, guys. This is spiritual service.
I just feel like that's the reality. But because I give this appearance of I'm a masculine man.
But you know
that
what?
shit gay as
But the crazy thing is that they say that there are like
a lot.
a lot of gay men in sports, but you just don't know because they keep it on the hush hush. But a lot of the players know, but don't say anything, like some type of code of conduct where don't say nothing. What is it?
Don't ask, don't tell. Kind of like the army thing.
Yeah, how they used to have that. But it's crazy because you can't just be you.
That's what I'm saying. You can't.
You always have to be and that's the thing. You have to be secure enough.
You don't need the validation from nobody else.
That's what it is. You don't need the validation. And I think oftentimes people are looking for validation, whether it's not, because I remember when men wouldn't do line dances because it was no, girls do the line dances. Meanwhile, now, you know what I'm saying? Close the door, I'm a keeping on with you.
Or even where the fans at. They got the fans out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, or even like the kind of a joke, men joke about it, but all men have dealt with it, where you ride with your boys and you listening to, what I'm saying,
Wake up
Chief
my
Keef,
windows,
you
huh?
listening to Jay-Z, you listening to, where the thugs at, what I'm saying, all that kind of shit. But then as soon as they get out the car, you like, I wanna scream from the chandeliers. As soon as your boys get
From
out the
the
car,
chandelier.
you know what I'm saying? But that's really a
Yeah,
thing, and it like,
but it shouldn't be.
and it's
My
messed up.
playlist is everything.
Absolutely, mine too.
We do a little gospel. It might turn into some fuck them other niggas, and then we might. I'm sorry.
Wow, y'all, she on a roll today.
That's like my go-to.
Because I'm down for my.
So it might go to that. Then it might go to like a Billie Eilish. Snowflake.
Shout out to Billie Eilish.
You really are.
I keep looking at this fucking camera when it's up here.
Look at that one.
I need to be looking here, but meanwhile, I need to be looking here. But yeah, that's messed up too. That you feel like you can't listen to. You should be able to listen to anything that you
should
want
be
to
free
listen
to
to
be
around anybody.
yourself.
Like it's really just sad, and all that stuff. It's just raising my anxiety right now. I'm just kind of going crazy.
Yeah.
Just even
And
thinking
that
about
play a
it.
part on your mental.
Absolutely.
Because as a kid, y'all telling me what I should and shouldn't be interested in, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
being judged for what I do and don't like. Then as a teenager, not only am I getting a judgment from home family members, but now
Mm-hmm.
these people that are supposed to be my friends picking on me because I like, I don't know, Teletubbies opposed to liking Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I remember there was a point when people would lie about even watching Barney because you felt like
That
it
wasn't
either
cool
made
to
you
do.
either like not cool or too
soft.
kiddie or soft or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't watch no Barney. Meanwhile, when I'm getting home, I'm like, I love you. You love me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah. But that's what I'm
messed
saying.
up.
So you have that when your teenage years, and then when you grown out the house, you think you could just be yourself, and then now you got over again now society telling you what you can and cannot, and the reinforcement from the family that's still like, no, you still like, you ain't supposed to like that. So I just feel like that play on your mental, because it's like, I just want to fucking be me. So then now you got 60-year-olds that's finally free, going back to the whole It's Pride Month. You finally able to love who you want to love. So you had all these girlfriends all your life to the world because that's what you're supposed to have. You done play all these masculine sports because that's what I'm supposed to do. Meanwhile, I'm finally happy with the man of my dreams because now I finally don't give a fuck.
and it's okay. And that's the thing too, because it's like, it's okay that if you're a straight man or a gay man and you don't like sports, whatever the case may be, that doesn't make you less of a man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just something that men, I guess, used to tend to enjoy more than women. But a lot of women like you, enjoy sports too. I do think that if, whatever it may be, if you can find some sort of connection, because for me, I'm not a big sports person. I watch like playoffs and shit like that. I like when it gets to the end of the season. I don't need all the
wrapping up?
I don't need the fillers. I don't need the fillers. But I like more creative shit. I like music. I can tell you like senators and how people in the House of
Politics.
Representatives. You know what I'm saying?
That's a poli-sci
that's where I'm
degree
at.
holder.
You're like, name some people in the Browns. I'm like, name some people in the House of Representatives. Give me 2 U.S. senators. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this shit actually matters. That shit doesn't. But
y'all have different interests.
that's just 2 different interests, and that's
it.
okay. And one doesn't make me less than, and it doesn't make you more than, but
You're free to be you.
be you, man.
Because
be you.
Because you are enough.
Because you are enough. I'm just saying, but I don't know. I hope that one day we get past this like hurdle, especially in our community, where we can lift each other up. And this is why, because now you do have a lot of different group for men that like people try to build in the community to discuss like mental health and their feelings and stuff like that. And I don't even necessarily think it's feelings, but just kind of like we here for each other. But it's like it's more to it, because even thinking about like the barbershop, we talk about all kinds of shit in there.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about our feelings.
No.
You talk about sports, we talk about games, we talk
Music.
about other people.
They always talking about Pac and Biggie. Like that's like
You
a
know what I'm
go-to
saying?
topic. Yeah.
You talk about everything, but you don't talk about like how you feeling. You
This
all
person
right?
Pac. Yeah.
We got to check in on each other. Like seriously.
No, for real. Seriously.
Seriously. Because it's like,
You just supposed to have it together. Meanwhile, you broke the fuck up inside.
yeah, and then you need somebody to be able to lift you up. You know what I mean? And not judge you. Like I remember when George Floyd when the verdict came out. You know, however you feel politically about
Yeah.
George Floyd and all that stuff. But the fact that I finally saw one of these cops get held accountable and go to jail. I remember I was in a hotel with Mandel, and I remember I went to the other room and was like,
Yeah. 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 It just came out. All that emotion, all that.
but no, it was silent because at first I'm like,
Oh, you was like holding it in.
because it was so emotional for me, but at the same time, it's just like, just swallowed, just swallowed all that damn fake cry. No, but I did.
How was
He
you
was like,
cool?
he's like, I know. How was you cool? No, but he was like, "Are you crying?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was." And then I'm just was talking to him about it. I'm just like, I'm just excited because it's just crazy when you see, you know,
Justice.
justice and men having to go through so much and nothing ever happened. Nobody ever hears the cries. Never, nobody ever stops and say, "Damn, are you good?" And they're just expecting you to have it together and expecting you to do everything right and expecting you to, you know, be the protector. But you also need somebody there to help you nurture
Comfort
your
you.
wounds
Yeah.
and comfort you and, you know,
It's gonna
be
be
your peace
okay.
of mind and tell you it's gonna be okay and tell you that you are enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we don't hear it enough. We don't hear it enough.
And it's very unfortunate. And that's why I
We got to
drill it.
change that, man.
I drill it into my baby.
What you tell them? Tell me what you tell my nephew.
I tell Jordan that he enough, and I do a lot of comparison, like in areas where he think he is not the best at. What?
I was just laughing because I peeked into your camera, but go ahead. I'm like, hey guys.
I just let him know. I just compare. I'm like, you think MJ was that good then, or you think Kobe was that like that?
And I
His-
plan on having a conversation with him
Yeah,
over dinner.
it's just like areas like that. Like it is okay. Like
Yeah.
you going he going into high school, and now you're gonna see other people, and
But
you
you
gonna
know what?
compare. But you are okay. Your
And-
path is your path.
And people who have, if single mothers who have sons or daughters too, but especially with sons, especially in the black community, you need to lean on your community. You need to be able to lean on like
I'm finally starting.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm finally starting to.
Because Gabby's the type of person that's like, I can do it all. I can handle it.
I really
can,
be trying.
you know.
I really.
But you know, these days she calling me and Graham, my brother. She like, I need y'all to have a conversation. I'm trying, but it's only so much. I need y'all to, you know, because with
Going back to mental health.
Yeah.
I know we talked it's men mental health awareness, but I also suffer from depression, and it's been times when it's like, you know what, fuck it then. So to not go back to fuck it then, it's like, you know what, let me get some help from my community, my village, so that I don't feel that overwhelming feeling of I'm fucking up again. I'm doing something wrong.
because now
I can't fix it.
And that's what it is. And now it's just kind of like, what am I doing wrong? Now it's kind of like that self-reflection is kicking in, but it's like you're not doing anything wrong. It's just like it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like now you like, well, let me get some of these resources.
Finally,
let me ask and
I'm finally.
you know, and I'm always willing
I
to
know
you
you
know
are.
help and ask questions and try to see what I can do, just because you have to lean. I know. I couldn't lean up. I think I pulled something. That's them 30s, y'all. But damn. No, but yeah, I think it's important. And yeah, if you're like a single parent, especially a single mother, I think it's important for you to lean on uncles and cousins, the neighborhood barber, you know what I mean? Like people who you think are good role models to try to instill some of those values, because I know people is like, especially women, feel like I could do it on my own. And true enough, you can, because I am a big advocate for women, especially black women. But
Our biggest cheerleader, y'all.
I'm trying to tell you, but to a certain extent, a child, whether it's a girl or a boy, still needs a father in their life, and vice versa. a child needs their mother in their life. You know what I mean? It's like or at least two parents. I think you have to be able to put that balance into a kid where one person is maybe a little bit more submissive, somebody else is a little more aggressive, or more so, the nurturer, and then the person who's like instilling them with different things, or it can teeter back and forth. But yeah, I think it's important to have that in a kid's life. So if you are able to lean into other family members or friends, I think that you should, just because it's beneficial to these kids. And so you don't see them dead or in jail, or down the jail pipeline, school to jail pipeline and all that stuff. But it's just crazy.
It is. But like you said, hopefully one day it'll be acceptable to all, or people will not worry about what other people think about them, whether they are in therapy.
It was something I wanted to say at the top of the show. I was going to say, they say men don't cry, but if that were true, why are so many of us dying silently? Because so many of us live in this fear of expressing our emotions.
It's sad.
It is. But we got to get out that, y'all. We got to get out of that headspace where we can't be us and not express ourselves. If you sad, be sad. If you want to cry,
it's okay.
Cry.
It's
if you
okay.
need a good cry, because sometimes you just need a good fucking cry. You need to let the shit out.
I love it.
I'm telling you,
I love a
I
happy
turn
cry.
on one of them homecoming videos of a grandparent finding out they grandkids having kids, or the parents finding out
The
they
teddy
kids.
bear, when the teddy bear with the voice of the dead somebody.
Yeah, that's, I like that, but then at the same time, that'd be like, damn, like that. I feel like that's a little heavy.
Okay,
That's where I draw the line.
Okay, don't watch those. Don't watch those.
That one gets you thinking about your own people. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
It's just beautiful to see.
Or even like the people who give like the glasses that make you see colors, like to the people who's colorblind and stuff. And I mean,
but
yeah.
I don't think them real, because I gave Grandpa Ralph those for his past birthday.
Hey, and knowing my grandpa, he be like, girl, I don't see shit. What'd you give me these glasses for? No sunglasses? I don't see nothing, girl. I can't wear these. What you talking about? I can't see these.
And them bitches was like $200+, and it.
Did you take them back? No, I didn't take them back. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Don't buy 'em. Don't buy 'em.
What company was it? Let's put them on blast. What company?
I'll let them know what company.
What company? I need to put you on a video, because why my sister? You owe her $200, or you owe her some better glasses.
Yeah, some ones that my grandpa could see with.
Or was grandpa lying about not being able to?
No, but you know what? The thing is, I can't tell, because he colorblind. I think he can't see green. Either he can't see green or he can't see red. It's one of those two. When we go to the racetrack, he don't be seeing which side win.
He like, they done jumped the gun. It's like, how do you know?
He don't be seeing. He like, no, what y'all talking about?
I never knew that. That's
He's
crazy.
colorblind. Yep.
That's some wild shit.
Ain't it crazy?
Oh my God. Is that hereditary? Oh,
See,
you
more
gotta
mental.
think about that kind of shit.
Yeah,
now I'm stressing about that. Perfect.
And more new anxiety.
Hey, and the funny thing about this episode is that they say, like, because we having like a little alcoholic beverage, but they say like oftentimes men turn to like anger, violence, or substance abuse. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here drinking my problems away while I'm talking about this shit. But no, I really appreciate this conversation. I feel like, I'm telling y'all, she probably gonna be back again, y'all. And she keeps coming again and again and again. Says everybody I've ever had sex with. I'm just saying.
I was already there. I didn't know if we were gonna go there, but I felt like I said the comment. You said comment multiple times.
Listen, I know you well enough to know where you trying to take the conversation.
I know.
But thank you.
No, thank
I
you.
appreciate you for being on.
This is your safe space.
You are always. She always has a shoulder for me to cry on, and vice versa. It's so funny because I be on the phone. I'm like,
oh, let me see your fucking face.
Let me see your face. I'm like, no. I'm like, you see the eyes? I've been crying. No, but I do appreciate that, and I do appreciate you for always lending that shoulder, because again, it's needed. And I honestly feel like I've gotten as far as I have because you have lent me a shoulder.
Yeah,
seriously, because I do think about like a lot of the stuff that we've talked about, and you've always been somebody who isn't judgmental, and you and like I said, what you do for Jordan and just letting him just be, and he's gonna be whoever he's gonna be as long as he's happy and healthy. So are you. And so for me, I feel like I've been able to get over and through a lot of things just because I have had that. You're kind of like my therapist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not paying for it though.
I'm about to say, let me tell you what your final figure is. All these years of therapy sessions that I didn't even realize.
You've gotten me through it. You've gotten me
But
through
you know what the funny thing about you saying that though, I'm thankful that you are expressive of how you feel. So I don't know if y'all know, but my baby did get accepted to a nice private school.
Woo!
Or he got accepted.
Uh-huh.
And he was so happy for him.
I was.
I mean, it brought him to tears. Like he
It did.
literally, and it's like I love
Because I'm a
that.
genuine person.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, people are like, oh, that's what's up. Oh, good job. But it's like, no, this means a lot.
Yeah.
This is gonna really set you up for your future.
Yeah.
And just to see you, that emotion from you was like, and that's what I like to see.
Because for me, it's just kind of like, I know how much you wanted it. I know how much he wanted it. I know how much I wanted it for y'all. And then it's just the fact that I know how hard school can be, and it's not for everybody. I know how hard it is trying to balance your own personal life and school. You in the age where you're trying to figure out life, trying to figure out yourself. And for you to have something you can be proud of and an accomplishment, I was just happy for him, because it's like, you did it. I'm proud of you.
And he showed it. And he expressed those feelings.
I did. I was crying on the phone, and she was like, "Are you crying?" I was like, "Yeah, because I'm just so happy for him. I'm just so happy for him."
Yeah, and it's okay.
I'm telling you, anytime. I'm really somebody who is genuine and genuinely happy for people, and I hate when people aren't. But that's neither here nor there. But
I hate a hater too.
I hate a hater. But I do appreciate you having this conversation with me. Shout out to Men's Mental Health Awareness Month and Pride Month. And I appreciate you all for checking out the video and, enjoying me and Gabby's conversation. We're going to continue to, bring you different topics. I mean, maybe she'll be more often if she likes, but I'll also have, sooner or later, my brother Graham was supposed to be here. My sister Cachet was supposed to be here.
They coming.
I'm just saying, because I'm gonna end up knocking somebody the out. That's just where I'm at. I was like, "Oh, is you cool?
Is you cool?
Do you need that?" No, I'm slaying. But
so silly.
You guys, as you know, you may not know, I do have a Discord, so I'm gonna put the link down in the description bar. Join, and you can be one of my day ones. And that's like, because it's Guy and Friends, so like my day ones are the people who gonna join, and then you'll get to like get exclusive content and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna be having a giveaway soon. And the previous time I've given away 2 Cowboy Carter, or was it Renaissance? I think it was Renaissance. I'm sorry. I gave away 2 Renaissance vinyls, and this time I'm actually going to be giving away Amazon gift cards. I'm going to be giving like the codes and stuff. So
okay.
I'm excited about that. Yeah, I think I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do it, but I will be putting that in the Discord. So if you're interested in the giveaway, please join the Discord. And guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already, and then tell me down in the comments, I don't know, what should they write down in the comments?
Positive shit.
You know what I'm saying? Write something positive for
positive shit.
A man in your life or the men in your life. Something. Give me some type of affirmations.
There you go. That's the word.
Give me some affirmations, some type of positive reinforcement for all of the men, especially black men that may be in your life, or if you're not black and just in your life in general. Just write something to share that the men who may watch this video can read, that can give them that extra oomph and push.
You are okay.
In the day. You're okay.
Literally, I keep saying you are enough, but seriously, you are enough. You working as hard as you can. You providing as much as you can. I mean, you putting your good foot forward, and that's enough.
And that's enough.
And that's enough.
You're seen, you're heard, and we love you. And if nobody told you they love you, we love you.
We love you.
And
I love you.
As always, guys. Oh my God, I can't believe this is the end of the episode. Oh,
you're doing a lot of crying.
I know. Oh my God, I'm sad. I'm crying now. No, but as always, guys, peace, love, blessings, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
On the next one.
Bye.
On the next one. Catch How was you cool?
Why wasn't I recording?
No, you wasn't.
No, hey, trauma.